What's up, YouTube? I hope you're all doing well today. Today, I got another book review for you, and it's a book called Hatchet by Gary Paulsen. For any of you who are wondering what Hatchet is about, it's about a boy named Brian Robertson who goes on a plane flight to Canada to visit his father on the oil fields after his parents have been divorced, and along the way, the pilot suffers a heart attack and the plane crashes into the Canadian wilderness, where Brian now must face the wilderness alone with only a hatchet to guide him. After reading this book, which I read it several times and I've enjoyed it quite a bit, I'm going to award this book a solid 4 out of 5 stars. Let me now explain to you why this book deserves that rating. First, we have the plot. As I just stated, he is a boy, 13 years old, Brian Robertson, who now is stuck in the Canadian wilderness and only has a hatchet to survive. And here's the thing, he really doesn't know how to survive. Never been taught anything of what to do. He's just unaware of his surroundings, doesn't know what he's in, and he's actually wondering, is he even going to make it out of this alive at all? Because he is uneducated about the wilderness altogether. All throughout the story, he fights to survive, and he has many troubles along the way, and he keeps having images about his parents' past, and they keep getting in his way of like how it all came to be, of why they got divorced, pretty much. And that basically causes a setback in his fight to survive in the wilderness, which more and more along the way, he still wonders, am I going to be able to make it out of this alive? Will I ever go see my parents ever again? So the story is full of quite a bit of adventure. It's mostly all survival, but it is an adventure book as well, because set in the wilderness, he's trying to survive. The book also focuses on like being alone and surviving, fending for yourself, basically, which is exactly what he does. And he learns more and more about himself, that, hey, like, just because you're alone doesn't mean that you can't accomplish anything. Also, the fact that how young he is, he's 13 years old, like, just because he's only 13 doesn't mean he can do things on his own. Like, he's got just as much power as like an adult does. He can make it through this, and he learns how to survive throughout the time in the wilderness, which he spends pretty much the entire summer there, learning to figuring out what to eat, how to make fire, how to build camp, and things to avoid. And he fights off the wildlife, obviously. He fights off bears, wolves, moose, and yep, he fights off the memories of his past, because he learns that I can't let them get to me. Even though, like, my parents might not get back together, he still can't let the past like dwindle on him. He's got to move forward if he wants to survive. Next, we have the character, which is pretty much only Brian Robertson right there. As I talked about in the plot of it, he's a lone boy in the wilderness trying to fight to survive. And at first, he doesn't know what he's doing. And you're wondering, like, yeah, he's not going to make it. But he fights along the way. He learns ways to do things to where he can survive, and he becomes stronger. He realizes he can do anything as long as he believes in himself, and he doesn't give up, even when times are looking the worst as they can get, which they can't get any worse right now with him being in the wilderness and no one knows where he is. I mean, there are planes that do come by, but he's got no way to signal for them at all. He's basically makes camp by a lake right there where he can like get access to water, and he can fish as well, and there's even bugs that he'll eat. And yes, he's learning more and more what to do, and that he's becoming stronger. He learns more about himself. He's got self-esteem. He's got courage. He isn't as weak as he believed he was. Like, he is a strong boy. He's actually a man within his body that just needs his chance to shine and show everyone he is capable of everything, which he does just that. That's pretty much all I have to say about this book. I mean, it's not very long, but it is a pretty good book. And like I said, most of you might not know what it is, but if you haven't read it, check it out. It is a pretty good book. I enjoyed it, and I've been continuing to read it every so often. Once again, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like it, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe. I post videos every Friday, and I try to post more throughout the week. I'll be posting as much as I can to grow this channel, and y'all have a great day, and take care.